Hi students, welcome to Ajitaha IAS Academy. In this video, let us discuss about the tokenization and also COF tokenization. COF tokenization means cart on file tokenization. Recently, Reserve Bank of India has extended the deadline for the implementation of the tokenization and also COF tokenization for another 6 months. That is by January 30th. Banks, card networks, and merchants and online payment gateways and other involved stakeholders have to implement this tokenization at their business side. So let us try to understand what is tokenization and how it is different from the COF tokenization and how it secures our online transaction and our money. Okay. First thing, tokenization, it applies to only domestic online purchases. Here, online purchases also includes POS devices also, and it applies only to domestic purchases. That is, if you want to buy anything through online in an international website, for example, Amazon.com, this tokenization is not applicable because other countries' monetary policy institutions or any other organization which regulates the online transactions has not yet implemented or brought this concept into their uh, policy. Okay, so it applies only to domestic online purchases. And what exactly is this tokenization? Tokenization is the process of turning the sensitive data such as credit card details and debit card details into non-sensitive data called tokens, and these tokens will be used in the database or the internal systems of online merchants, for example, Amazon or Flipkart. They will never be storing the credit card details or debit card details of consumers. For example, when we try to buy some product, we enter our debit card, date of expiry, and CVV details. And these details, when we say buy or pay, will be stored by the Amazon or Flipkart. But with the tokenization bringing into picture, our details will be converted into a token by the card network, that is either Visa or a MasterCard or an American Express. And these card networks, they generate a token which is unique for a requester. That is, who is the requester here? Amazon or a Flipkart. Okay. These Amazon or Flipkart, whoever raises a request, it is unique. That is, if Amazon raises a request, this token will be unique for a Amazon website. If Flipkart raises a request, then they will get a unique token. And this token will be sent to the customer through SMS, and this customer will enter the token, and this token will be sent to the online merchant, that is either Amazon or Flipkart, and they will store the token and your transaction will be finished. How the security means, even if a hacker tries to get the data, earlier our credit card details were vulnerable and they can simply use our details. But now, even if they hack their systems, what is present there? There is just a token. And that token, using that token, no one can decipher your credit card details because here the methodology that is being used is not encryption, it is just a conversion. Which methodology they use is not open to anyone because it is secret, but a token does not have any relationship and no one can decipher the actual details of the card. Okay, and it is unique. Whatever they will get from an Amazon website, they cannot use in any other website such as Flipkart and all. So it is unique because how it is unique is the combination of the card and the token requester means an entity whoever raises a request to the card network to generate a token. Okay, for example, what I was saying is if you are making a purchase from the Amazon, Amazon will be a token requester. If you are making a purchase from the Flipkart, Flipkart will be a token requester. And the device, if you are making a request from your mobile, it is that device will be different. The new token will be generated. If you are making a request from your laptop or from an iPad or from any other friend's device, so whenever you change a device, whenever you change an application, or whenever you change a card, different tokens will be generated, and these tokens will be stored in a database of the uh, online merchant. And because of this unique combination, even if it is being compromised, the database of the merchants are compromised, even if they get the tokens, they will never ever able to take money from your accounts. So this is a unique thought by the Reserve Bank of India, where they have asked all the organizations to implement. However, some merchant organizations have delayed this process. So, to explain to you in simple terms, tokenization is a process of turning the sensitive data such as credit card data and debit card details into a non-sensitive data called tokens, which will be used by the merchant organizations to complete the transaction. And these tokens are not able to, are not decipherable, which means they cannot be used to convert back to your original credit card or debit card details. And they are unique because, and they are safer, highly safe. Okay, and multiple unique tokens will be generated for the multiple combinations of card, token generator, and a device. And so it is a three-step process for smooth implementation. So it is a three-step process for smoother implementation of the tokenization, that is token provisioning, we call it as. Consumers card number should be converted into a token by the card network such as Visa or MasterCard. In this process, whatever the token they will generate, it is not possible to undecipher it to a normal credit card details. And token processing, whatever the token they generate, they will send you through SMS. Consumers complete the transaction using the token and scale up for multiple users. But sometimes the transaction might be cancelled for internet disconnection or any other reason, or for refunds or EMIs or recurring payments, offers, promotions on guest checkouts, etc. They can use this token. For example, once you make a transaction using an Amazon, the token will be stored in the database, and that token can be used for the EMIs and all the transactions. For this, they have to change the code at the code means that programming logic at the side of the uh, online merchants. So this is scaling up for multiple users, not only for single transaction, for multiple recurring transactions also the same token must be used. And for this, different implementation mechanisms are there. We will not get into these terms. Okay, it's a three-step process. And let us understand the another thing: card on file transaction tokenization. Card on file tokenization means the card holder has authorized a merchant to store his or her MasterCard or Visa payment details to build the stored account. For example, when we make a subscription to an account in Netflix, we will also authorize them to charge on your account every month for the amount of the monthly subscription. For example, 799 or 899 or 1000 rupees. Okay. So even though you are not going and paying again and again every month, you are being billed by this Netflix every month. So this is what card on file tokenization. Earlier, it was the credit card details being used by the example I'm taking Netflix in order to make the take amount from your account. But now this will be done through tokenization. Same way, the instead of your credit card details, they will save your token details. Even though the details of the token are being compromised, they cannot be used. This token cannot be used in any other website. This is the security that the consumers are getting. Even if the same website are using, they cannot charge more than twice because you will ask them for refunds. So your data, your amount, money will always be safe. This is what card on file tokenization. So RBI has mandated the organizations for both tokenization and card on file tokenization in order to secure the account and money of the consumers. So what are all the organizations? Banks who are card issuers, card networks such as Visa and MasterCard, and merchants, whether they are online, e-commerce, Q-commerce. Q-commerce, I will explain you in a different video, not to make this video long. And POS terminals, you all know, and online payment gateways also. Okay, and for Google Pay and Paytm, so all those things also have to include this tokenization system. They are not supposed to store your card details. Okay, and also along with this, these merchants, if they are storing your existing card details, they have to delete the existing data by within 6 months, that is by June 30th. Okay, thank you so much. If you have any doubts, please comment. If you like this video, please like and share. Thank you so much.